There was a moment here in Australia, when the wind seemed to whisper more than simply breeze. It whispered through towns that have run the numbers. Towns that looked at empty houses, closing businesses, and aging populations and decided that paying someone to show up was cheaper than watching the lights go out. Towns that have put real money on the table, not as charity, but as calculation. Your presence is worth something to them. They are prepared to prove it. The deals exist. Most Australians have never heard of them. Some are direct cash payments. Some are free land. Some are relocation packages that add up to more than most people save in a year. And one incentive stack, when you account for land value, direct payment, and cost of living differential, approaches $50,000 in real financial advantage. We are counting down 6 Australian towns offering serious money to move there. Documented programs. Real money. Towns that need people badly enough to pay for them. Like this video if you have ever suspected that the life you want might cost less somewhere you have not considered. Subscribe because one day you will want an escape plan that comes with a signing bonus. Let's break it down. Number 6. Queenstown, Tasmania. Queenstown will not hand you $50,000 at the door. But when you do the full accounting. Direct relocation assistance, a house under $100,000, and a cost of living well below the national average, the financial picture becomes hard to ignore. The West Coast Council's programs have offered direct support for moving costs, community integration assistance, and business establishment grants for people willing to start enterprises the region needs. The median house price sits below $100,000. In a country where capital city medians have crossed 1 million, Queenstown is a parallel reality. One person who relocated wrote, "The council paid part of my moving costs and I bought a house with money I had already saved. The transaction felt unreal. I have been here 3 years. The mountains are still doing what mountains do. The trade-off is isolation. Medical care is limited. Hobart is hours away. Winter is cold. The program exists because most people weigh those factors and say no. If you say yes, the financial case is genuine. Picture this. It is a morning in Queenstown. The colored mountains are already lit. Your house cost less than a car costs in Sydney. The council paid to get you here. The rest is what you make of the distance. Number 5. Jericho, Queensland. Jericho is a central Queensland town of around 200 people that has offered free residential land to people willing to build and stay. The Central Highlands Regional Council backs the program. Land comes with utilities connected to the property line, a real value of $10,000 to $15,000 before you have spent anything else. Add the construction cost differential between central Queensland and a capital city, and the monthly cost of living in a place where your expenses are a fraction of Brisbane, and the free land offer is the beginning of a financial advantage that compounds over years. The catch is what a town of 200 people is and is not. It is not a city. Services are those of a very small community. The nearest significant town is Longreach. Specialist medical care means driving or flying. The grant is genuine. The isolation is genuine. Both are real. One family who took a regional land offer wrote, "We understood the trade. You give up access. You receive space, time, and a cost of living that stops being something you think about. The free land was the reason we looked. The cost of living was the reason we stayed." Picture this. It is an afternoon in Jericho. The Mitchell grass plains extend without interruption. The light covers everything equally. Your block is yours. Your house is being built. The cost of your life here would have been impossible to believe when you were paying rent in the city. Number 4. Kingaroy, Queensland. Kingaroy is 2 hours northwest of Brisbane. That distance is the key. You are not remote. You are within reach of the city when necessary and living at a cost the city abandoned years ago. South Burnett programs have included direct grants for metropolitan relocators, business establishment support, and housing assistance. The median house price sits around $200,000. The town has a hospital, schools, and full regional infrastructure. The surrounding region has mountains, forests, and wineries. The program targets remote workers specifically. People earning city incomes who can work from anywhere and have not yet done the arithmetic on what that income means where housing costs $200,000 instead of $1 million. One remote worker wrote, "I ran the numbers properly for the first time. My mortgage repayment is less than my old rent. I drive to Brisbane once a month. The grant covered my moving costs. I stopped thinking about money as a source of stress within 6 months." Picture this. It is a morning in Kingaroy. The South Burnett Ranges are visible from the main street. 2 hours south, Brisbane is in traffic. Here it is quiet. Your income has not changed. The cost of the life you are living with it has changed entirely. Number 3. Nhill, Victoria. Nhill stopped declining. That is unusual enough to be worth examining. The Hindmarsh Shire has backed residential attraction programs, and the town's median house price remains among the most affordable in Victoria. In a state where affordability has become the defining anxiety of an entire generation. The programs have included direct relocation support and business attraction grants. The house price differential between Nhill and Melbourne is so large it functions as the most significant financial incentive on this list regardless of what the council adds to it. One person who relocated wrote, "The program covered part of my moving costs. The house I bought cost less than 2 years of rent in Melbourne. I own it. I did not understand what that would feel like until it happened." Picture this. It is a morning in Nhill. The Wimmera Plain extends to every horizon. Your house is paid for in a way Melbourne could never have offered. The council paid part of what it cost to get you here. The rest is what you do now that you are. Number 2. Mount Gambier, South Australia. Mount Gambier is a city. 30,000 people. Hospital, university, airport, full services. A volcanic lake that turns electric blue in November. A median house price well below Adelaide and a fraction of Melbourne, backed by South Australian government programs that have included direct payments, housing grants, and targeted relocation support. The SA Regional Growth Grants have directed real money toward Mount Gambier. Workers in health, education, and technology have been recruited with packages combining the direct grant with the house price differential and cost of living advantage into a total picture that is, for the right person, genuinely transformative. One healthcare worker who relocated wrote, "I took the grant, bought a house within a year, and stopped measuring my life by what I could not afford. The lake is blue. The work is the same. The life around the work is unrecognizable by comparison." Picture this. It is a November morning in Mount Gambier. The lake has turned. The blue is the specific impossible blue of a volcanic crater in summer. You own a house in this city. The government paid part of what it cost to bring you here. The lake does not care what brought you. It is blue regardless. Number 1. The Federal Regional Stack. The single most significant money available to Australians willing to relocate regionally is not from one council or one state. It is the combined value of federal, state, and local programs layered by people who have done the research. Federal regional incentives have included direct relocation grants, regional visa pathway benefits, tax incentives for regional small businesses, and Building Better Regions fund allocations. State programs amplify the federal base. Local council programs add land, housing support, and direct cash on top of both. People who have navigated the full stack. Federal grant, state incentive, local council land offer, have documented packages worth between $20,000 and $50,000 in direct value, before accounting for the house price differential. One family wrote, "We treated it like a project. Federal application, state application, council program. The total direct value was $43,000. The house price differential from Melbourne added another $300,000 in effective savings. We are not going back. And in that quiet hush, beneath the whispering gums, in the towns that have decided your presence is worth paying for, I realized not all shadows hide. Some simply invite us to see. We just counted down 6 Australian towns offering serious money to move there. The programs are real. The money is real. What these towns are offering is not charity. It is calculation, that the cost of getting you there is less than the cost of continuing without you. Which of these would you actually consider? Leave it below. If this video showed you something worth seeing, like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a different kind of map. We will see you in the next one. Program details change, always verify current availability directly with the relevant council or government agency. This video does not offer financial or relocation advice.